मैं आप सभी का स्वागत करता हूं। आप मुझे पहचान तो गए ही होंगे, मैं आपका विपुल पुरोहित हूं और आपको सभी को YouTube के मेरे इस चैनल पे बहुत बहुत स्वागत। दोस्तों, फिर हम एक ऐसे दौर से गुजर रहे हैं जहां पर पूरी दुनिया कोरोना वायरस की महामारी से जूझ रही है। काफ़ी सारी बातें, काफ़ी सारी चर्चाएं हो रही है इस विषय पर। दुनिया के सभी बड़े बड़े देश इसके पीछे लगे हुए हैं कि किस तरीके से इस वायरस का खात्मा किया जाए, किस तरीके से इसकी उत्पत्ति हुई है, किस तरीके से वो शरीर के ऊपर आक्रमण करता है और किस तरीके से इसको खात्मा किया जाए। बस दिन रात सभी लोग पूरी दुनिया के इसी बात में लगे हुए हैं। काफी सारी जानकारियां, नई जानकारी आ रही है इस वायरस के प्रति, इसीलिए तो इसे नोवेल कोरोना वायरस ये नाम दिया गया है। नोवेल मतलब कुछ नया। तो इसके जो लक्षण हैं वो भी नए लक्षण सामने उभर के आ रहे हैं। आए दिन नए केसेस, संक्रमित केसेस बढ़ते जा रहे हैं, इन्फेक्टेड केसेस पूरी दुनिया में। तो इस सिलसिले में जो हमारा यहाँ पर जो मकसद है वो ये है कि जितना हो सके उतना इस वायरस के लिए हम जानने की कोशिश करें। कोई भी ऐसा दावा नहीं कर सकता कि हाँ, मुझे पूर्णतः 100% इस वायरस की जानकारी है। नहीं, दुनिया का कोई भी इंसान नहीं कर सकता। अभी जांच जारी है, लेकिन जो भी उस जांच के आधार पर जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन आ रही है उसके बारे में हम चर्चा जरूर कर सकते हैं और हम एक दूसरे के प्रति एक सेंसिटाइजेशन के जरिए इस महामारी से जूझने की एक बहुत बड़ी ताकत के रूप में हम सामने आ सकते हैं। तो जहां तक इस कोरोना वायरस का सवाल है, काफी सारी जैसे बातें आई है, उसमें से काफी कुछ हकीकत भी है, इट्स फैक्ट्स, साथ में कुछ अफवाहें भी हैं और अफवाहें ज्यादा जल्दी फैलती है हकीकत के कंपैरिजन में। इसलिए हमें यह बहुत जानना जरूरी है कि कौन सा हकीकत है, कौन सी बात को हमें मानना चाहिए और कौन सी अफवाह है और उसे दूर हटाना चाहिए। बहुत मुश्किल है सब दोस्तों, क्योंकि जैसे मैंने बोला है ये एक नोवेल कोरोना वायरस है। कुछ एग्जैक्ट जानकारी किसी के पास नहीं है। कई बार मनगढ़ंत बातें सामने आ जाती है और वो सच के रूप में सामने आती है, लेकिन फिर कुछ दिनों के बाद पता चलता है ये सच नहीं है, ये तो गलत है। तो इस सारी समस्या से झूलने के लिए जो मैंने इस वीडियो को बनाने की कोशिश की है, इसमें मैं आपको पहले ही बता दूं कि जो भी बातों की पुष्टि की गई है, द वन विच इज कन्फर्म, वो मैं आपके सामने पेश करूंगा। इससे जूझने की जो तैयारी की है ज्यादा करके हम भारत देश में, उसके बारे में हम चर्चा करेंगे। इससे कैसे बचा जा सके हम उसके बारे में बात करेंगे। कैसी कैसी एहतियात बरतनी है, प्रिकॉशन जो WHO ने प्रमाणित की है, एक दो इधर उधर के इंसानों ने नहीं, तो उसके बारे में हम चर्चा करेंगे। तो इस वीडियो को मैंने 2-3 हिस्सों में बांट दिया है। ये मैं आपको पहले भाग में ये बताना चाहता हूं कि हम क्या क्या इस वीडियो के जरिए चर्चा करने वाले हैं। अब इसके आगे हमारे साथ एक विशेषज्ञ डॉक्टर जुड़े हैं, वो अपनी बात कहेंगे। सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग के नाम के जो लॉकडाउन हुआ है उसी का पालन करते हुए डॉक्टर साहब आज हमारे साथ यहाँ पर मेरे साथ व्यक्तिगत रूप में मौजूद तो नहीं हो पाएंगे, लेकिन वो अपने विचारों को जरूर प्रदर्शित करेंगे एक वीडियो के द्वारा। तो मेरी गुजारिश है आप सभी लोगों से कि उस वीडियो को गौर से देखिए। ओके, पूरे वीडियो को, डॉक्टर साहब के जो वीडियो को पूरी तरीके से देखिए और उसके बाद वो क्या कहना चाहते हैं और इस वायरस के ऊपर जो भी जांच अभी तक हुई है उसके बारे में चर्चा करें, आंकड़ों पर नजर डालेंगे। ओके, पूरी दुनिया में जो आंकड़े जो चल रहे हैं और अपने भारत देश में, उनके बारे में हम चर्चा करेंगे डॉक्टर साहब के वीडियो के बाद। तो वो इस पूरे वीडियो का ये तीसरा भाग होगा। ठीक है, तो मेरी ये गुजारिश है आप सभी लोगों से कि इस पूरे वीडियो को गौर से देखिएगा, शुरू से लेकर अंत तक। तो मैं समझता हूं कि जो मैं ये कोशिश कर रहा हूं आप तक इस वायरस की जानकारी पहुंचाने की, वो थोड़ी बहुत मात्रा में सफल जरूर हुई है। ओके, ये मैं आशा रखता हूं और मुझे आप पर पूरा का पूरा विश्वास भी है कि आप इस वीडियो को अंत तक देखोगे। ठीक है, तो दोस्तों, जैसे मैंने बताया था आपको कि हमारे साथ इस वीडियो में एक विशेषज्ञ डॉक्टर दिवाकर यादव ये जुड़े हुए हैं। ये कोविड सिलेक्टेड जो प्रमाणित जो डॉक्टर्स है, ओके, उनके सर्टिफिकेट धारक है। वो आपसे अपनी जो राय है इस कोरोना वायरस की, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था कि एक पीपीटी के माध्यम से, जिसको हम लोग ने वीडियो में कन्वर्ट कर किया है, वो आपके सामने पेश करेंगे। वो आप देख लीजिए और उसके बाद हम इस कोरोना वायरस के ऊपर विस्तार से चर्चा करेंगे। तो बने रहे हमारे साथ और आपके सामने अभी प्रस्तुत होता है डॉक्टर साहब की नॉलेज कोरोना वायरस के बारे में क्या है उसके बारे में। Now we talk about some technical aspects of this particular virus. The first point which you need to be clear with, and that is, it's a non-living organism. It's not like bacteria, which is a living organism, and that is, I guess, the reason why doctors say that antibiotics have very less effect on this coronavirus. Next thing is, it's a protein molecule, and it has a protective covering or a protective coating, and that protective coating is nothing but is being made up of fats, or we call it as lipids. And it is this particular protective coating, that's the reason I've used that particular word, and that is going to be responsible for its sustenance. Now what happens is, okay, these are going to be absorbed by the nasal cells, or the mucosal cells, or the bronchial cells, and once they are ingested into the body, they will undergo changes in the gene sequence, or what we call it as mutation. And as a result of which, they get converted into multiplier cells. And that's the reason how it is going to be dangerous once it comes into the body. Okay, so this is what is the basic mechanism is. So we need to make sure that these cells should not be absorbed through these particular nasal cells or mucosal cells or the bronchial cells. That is what more important underlying feature is if you want to be protected from this particular virus. Now, if you have seen this video, the much more stress was being done on washing of hands with soap. Now, why is it so? Because that the foam of the soap or the detergent is able to cut the fat layer. As I said, it's this particular fat layer which is actually responsible to give strength to this particular virus, to cause damage to the human body. So the foam of the soap, so there has to be a lot amount of foam formation, and that is the reason that you need to wash these hands. You need to keep on scrubbing your hands for around say 20 seconds so that a good amount of foam is being produced, and that is responsible to cut this fat layer. And when the fat layer is being cut down, the protein is being dispersed, and that will result in the disintegration of the cells of coronavirus. Alright, so this is what the basic mechanism behind why the doctors are always being saying that please clean your hands, wash your hands thoroughly, alright, with soap for at least 20 seconds. Alright, please make sure that your nails are not grown. Please cut it off, because they have an ability to penetrate inside the smallest available space. So please make sure that your nails are thoroughly cut, so you don't give any room for this virus to grow. Next thing is, when you talk about the sanitizers, it is being said that when you talk about alcohols, because sanitizers are basically containing alcohols, but then it has to be around 65%. Okay, and it has to be applied externally, please. Okay, I hope you understand the difference between the external application and the internal application. I don't here mean to say that you consume alcohol and you kill the virus. No. Okay, this is a sanitizer which will contain around 65% alcohol. Okay, and that is suitable enough, that concentration is suitable enough to bring about this particular mechanism of cutting down the fat layer, and as a result of which, weakening of the coronavirus. Okay, so this was about some technical aspect, okay, that why we exactly understand this, because we need to go into the much more detail about why is it so, okay, because we are from the scientific background. So every time when we see in the news channels and all that wash your hands and cleanliness and all these things, so you do think about sometimes that yes, this is being said, it's good, it's for a good personal hygiene, but then why is it so, and how does it actually protect us from this particular deadly virus? Other points which I want you to be very clear through this particular video of mine, and that is, of course, these are only preventive steps. Okay, because as everybody knows, no vaccine or no medicine has yet been developed which categorically says that you take this and we give you 100% proof that yes, the virus will be killed and the person will be free from it. Okay, it cannot be said at this particular stage of time when this particular video is being prepared. But yes, there can be a sign of precautions, there can be some protective methods, Alright, if there is no positive effect, but obviously there is no ill effects. Okay, that is what I want to communicate to you people. So some of the points that I would like to mention over here, and that is, as much as possible, drink hot water. As much as possible, whatever you can bear it. Okay, I'm not using the word, my dear friends, warm or lukewarm. I'm using the word hot water. So drink as much as possible. Okay, at least for around say 3 or 4 times a day. It's a very good cleansing system. So whatever unwanted organisms, I'm not talking about only specifically about this particular virus, but any unwanted bacteria and etc., which are there inside the body, okay, that is going to behave as a very good cleansing system. So through the urines and all, it can be flushed off. So drink hot water at least for around 3 or 4 times a day. Next is, take a steam at least for a couple of times, 2 times a day. You know what the steam is all about, alright? And don't take a steam machine and all, which is being done for a facial part and all that stuff. It's a real proper steam where vapors, hot vapors goes inside. Alright, through your nose, the nasal part, through your eyes, through your ears, everything. Please cover yourself with a blanket. Let it be a conventional method, no issues. But we are here to do it for our protection part. Alright, so hot boiling water. Okay, take a pan of it, a big pan of it, so that you know the opening is more. Alright, not a small opening, so the opening is more. Okay, so you take a big vessel, boil the water, okay, to the highest limit, and then you just put your mouth into it, not completely inside, of course, and then you just cover it with a blanket and see all that viruses and all, whatever else also is there. Okay, this is not specifically for coronavirus, please. I've been telling this again and again. Alright, so whatever all unwanted things which are there, so that can be just removed through this particular steam. Okay, the other particular part which you can just do around, and that is, the best option that we have is the turmeric. Put it in hot milk, and at least have it for once a day. Okay, at least for once a day, and it's hot milk. Alright, turmeric, as I guess everybody knows about it. Okay, it's one of the best antiseptic, the natural antiseptic, and it's easily available. Okay, it's not something which is going to be so difficult to obtain it. So every night, if you can just take it, okay, so it behaves as a very good cleansing system. Any infection which is there, so it has potential to reduce it, if not completely eliminate it. Alright, so turmeric plus hot milk, okay, have it. So that probably might at least prevent you from getting into this, because it also increases your immune system. Because you must have heard now by now that this is basically called as an autoimmune disease. Okay, I've been also telling you in my previous video as well, as per the data which was being available from ICMR, that around 66% of patients are asymptomatic. That means they do not have any symptoms. It's probably because one of the reason, and that is from the positive angle, if you can see, and that is that those people have got a good enough of immune system, okay, that is going to fight that particular virus in spite of the fact that they are still there in the body. So it's basically an autoimmune system. So the best way is to fight around is try to improve your immune system as much as possible. Alright, so try to be very safe from this particular part. Alright, so this is what I wanted to communicate through this my platform. This is an international platform of YouTube, so I just thought this is one of the best ones to communicate the ideas, and this is for all the people whom I really care for. And please take care of yourself and of your important beloved people. Alright, this is what I want to say, and this is what I'm going to sign off now, okay, as of now, and I'll just leave you with one of the most important messages that is so very much crucial at this part of the time. Thank you so much.
Prevention
is
better
than
cure.
Stay
Home
Stay
safe.